Well, hello, hi, and welcome. Oh my goodness. Here we are, Wednesday, third video of the week, and I think this deserves two cards today. I'm going to try and craft faster because when I get talking, I kind of lose myself and it takes longer, but that's the fun of it, right? That's pretty well what it's all about for me is like just getting in there and being happy and so on. So let's straighten things up a little bit. Okay, so we don't want to see that, so I'm going to move you ever so slightly. See if that stays put. Oh, the delicate little... It's not really, actually. It's an Archon mount. Oh, hello, Rosemary. Thank you for joining me. You know what we're doing today, right? We're going to play with some colors, and I'm really excited about that. I did choose from some colors already, and I just want to see where we're at. Yep, straight, kind of, close enough. Close enough. Let's get started, otherwise I will talk your ear off for like an hour, and as much as I could, well, who knows? What do we have to do, right? Okay, so I chose some colors. I don't know if we're going to use all three of them, and they're bright and happy colors because, well, we need bright and happy, right? I don't think I turned, let me just see. Yep, turn the sound off on my computer just in case, right? You hear these little boop boops coming up from Facebook. So I chose some of my favorites: Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, and Pretty Peacock. This is the one I'm not sure if we'll use or not, you know? So again, we're playing with color and we're just getting started here. So look what arrived. I'm so excited. So now I have two to play with. These are the sponge roller, sponge, what are they called? Sponge brayers. That sounds good. That sounds good. So yeah, and this is a piece of, and I know it looks horrible when I move it, so I'll try not to move it too much. This is one of the sheets of flowering foils, and it's still available on in Celebration. Well, okay, I didn't check this morning, and that really surprises me because like it's beautiful. Hey, Kathy Jean, how are you today? Thank you for joining our little gang here. Everybody say hi. Oh wait, and the teacher says hello, class. I'm just kidding. Okay, so we've done this before, but it's kind of cool that you can see it with like a clean roller, you know? Hey, Deb. Hello there. Good afternoon to you too. Oh no. Oh no, really? Oh, jeepers. You know what? It's just the way it is right now. So, you know what? The opportunity is always out there and Celebration comes around, so no worries. But yeah, we need to do what's right at the right time. So I am sorry to hear that your husband got laid off. It's a wee sign of the times. All right, so I'll show you this way. When I'm rolling, and it's not unlike when you're using a paint roller, nobody paint rolls like this and this and this, right? You make sure the whole thing is covered. The whole thing, you're making sure that roller keeps moving. And I'm not just choosing one spot on the ink pad because, well, you'll start to see there's going to be a little rectangle there. Oh, Northern Alberta, Kathy Jean. Awesome. I hope everyone's having a sunny day because, okay, it's a little overcast right now, but it's still, I'm saying it's sunny. It's very bright in here with my lights, so that's what we're going with. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is just a piece of, backing that came from something that I kept, probably a kit or something, and it works perfectly for this. So let's start putting some color on. I don't know why I do that, why I switch it over. It's just one of those things. Now with the sponge brayer, you do not have to push really hard. You do not. You just lay the color down, go back, get some more. Maybe I will do 3 colors. I really, 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 really love, really, is that enough reallys? I love the ombre look. So we'll see how that goes. Like I like it already. Just a little bit of color on there. I could do blocks of color, but I think I'm going for it. So if you're just joining, say hi. We are just starting to play with some colors. So Coastal Cabana is our first one, and now we're moving into Bermuda Bay. Yes, again, one of my favorites. And when you hear me say one of my favorites, I have specific favorites. I'm not so crazy about everything, but the happy colors like Bermuda Bay, Melon Mambo, Mango Melody, Poppy Parade. We're going to use that on the next card. You know, hey Denise, welcome back. Nice to see you. I forgot to ask what time zone you're in, or like what if you're assuming you're in Canada. I don't know that. What province you're in? Because clearly, I do believe we're in a different. I do believe we're in a different time zone. Oh, turned it over again. Why? I don't know. Now I have done this, by the way. I've done the ombre effect using just one color, just really light, went a little more, and then just kept laying the color on. But hey, I have these ink pads here, and they're just sitting here, so why not use them? Now, you know, yesterday when I said something to the effect of like, I have no baking supplies, I don't have sugar in the house, I don't have flour. Anyway, so last night I went into the pantry and said, if I wanted to make something like a treat, let's just say a treat, just, you know. Oh, you're in BC? Awesome. Awesome, Denise. Did you tell me that already? Or I don't know. Oh, no, never mind. There was, I know who else is from BC that pops in here. I got it. Yep, I'm going to go for the darker color on the bottom. I do believe so. All right, so let's set that aside. Yep, I think I am. Anyway, so I'm going through the pantry, which my son organized. We're like, what do we have? What do we need? Instead of just going blindly into the grocery store like I usually do. And, you know, just, I think I need this, which is probably why I ended up with so many packages of pasta over the past several months. Which sounds kind of stunned, but, you know, it is what it is. And, again, start off your page, get rid of a little bit of that ink. There we go. Wow, we're going dark. I want more ink. I want more ink. What's my background paper? Oh, Denise, that is the flowering foils, which you'll find in Celebration. And you're going to see a second piece of that. And do I have another one? Oh yeah, and I have another one of a sample that you can take a look at. Now I'm doing the unthinkable and going the opposite direction. Oh my gosh, what a rebel. What a rebel. Anyway, back to my story. So I'm like, if I wanted a sweet treat, you know, what would I have? So I found oats. I found cocoa. I have peanut butter. And went to the back of the fridge, which hasn't been organized yet, and found Majuli dates. So, oh, and well, I have pecans. So you want to bet everything got chopped up and rolled up, and oh my gosh. Now I left it in a bowl. I didn't want everything to dry out because, you know, I'm just taking our time eating it. We're not going nuts so crazy. And what a satisfying little treat. You know, I had with chopped up apples, and yum. Make sure I'm not switching these. That's the dark one. I don't want this color. So I almost took, okay, now we're going this direction. So we're back to Bermuda Bay. Usually I put, you see these labels on the back? I usually put all the colors all the way around so there isn't that incident of mixing, but I fear it's going to happen anyway. All right, start off the page a bit, and then we're just going to blend. And I am going to go up into the light a bit. You can see how it gets a bit darker, and you don't have to go nuts so crazy. Like I would say, I'm happy with that. I would say that, so I'm saying that. I'm happy with that. Now to put these somewhere where they're not going to get all over everything else. You can wash those out apparently. I kind of stick to the same colors. Now, if you don't have the rollers, the sponge brayers, you can use a sponge. You can use your daubers. So you have options, in other words. All right, so let's call that kind of cool. I think it is. this time I did choose a background. Oh, there's my cousin Lori. Hi Lori, how are you? Hope it's sunny up north as well. Okay, so what I chose is corresponding colors. So this is that really Bermuda Bay or is that Coastal Cabana? I think that's Coastal Cabana. Okay, apparently I chose Coastal Cabana. You know, it's like, woohoo, we do whatever. This is pretty peacock for sure. And then this is the piece of paper that we just colored. Let's glue that together and then we're going to add some goodies to it. I'm always like, how do people make 5 cards on a video without it being, you know, like an hour or something? So apparently they work fast. Wow. Yes, happy colors. Oh, I almost did that. Yeah. So we use Tombow. You can use whatever adhesive you like. If you're really good with like the 3M, if they're really good with the snail, use what works for you. I need to wiggle. I need my wiggle time. There we go. Okay, not putting that on yet. So I did go ahead and do some embossing. So I just thought, woohoo, let's bring that up. Let's make that. Oh yes. Okay, if your paper, if you put your glue on and you're not sure, did I actually stick that down? Then flip it over and burnish it. And that just brought everything down. And I always use the back of my hand. That's generally where I don't get ink. Generally. Sunny and warm. Warm up in North Bay. Cool. All right, so I heat embossed this onto, well, it's basic black, clearly. And of course, I can't remember the name of the stamp set, so here it is. Seriously the Best. Yes. And again, we're only doing happy cards this week. So, hello friend, right from here. And I die cut it, and I'm not sure if you can tell that. It's die cut using the Stitched Shapes dies. Yes, got it. Sometimes words are too big for my mouth, I think. Now this, did you know we have black foil paper? Waha, it's like black patent, which I always thought was cool and very uncomfortable, by the way. So I thought I could pair those two up. So I didn't necessarily want to go light underneath to keep the drama going, you know. Alrighty. So I thought maybe just a little band of ribbon might be nice. I'm not sure I want to make an entire bow. Let's find out. Do I? I don't know. Do I? Should I? Oh, and you know what I didn't get out? I did not get out the bling yet. Hopefully I can get to it because I've got side drawer over here open. I do like bows. We'll find out. In the meantime, what I'll do is I'll cut this. And then we'll just do this little strip first. And you know me, I am always south of center. Yes, that has to do with being able to line things up. And oh, by the way, here's a little tip, and I'm pretty sure you already know it, other than this tip, which you're familiar with. Once it gets down to this far, you have to keep tightening it. Okay, take your pick tool, because as I mentioned the other day, I cut my fingernails way down to stop myself from scratching, because that's a nervous thing. I know, how sick is that? But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so my preference is to put the glue dots right on here. Sometimes I put it on the back first, but you know what the ribbon also does? And you can't really follow these lines, by the way, on there because they're wonky lines, which means I really like them. Gosh, I lost my train of thought. Sometimes I put them on the back first, but not this time. And then wrap the ribbon around. I'll get to the point, I will. There. Just a little bit. Yep, just a little bit. All right, get back to the glue. Here's your other tip. I know, like, it's not technically winter anymore, but it's still cold. And your Tombow, like everything else, whether it be hot or cold, is affected by gravity. So if you leave it sitting up like that, the glue's going to go down. If you leave it this way, or if you have something to leave it this way, some cool device of some sort, which I believe you can get in lots of places, I just haven't yet, then leave it laying flat. And I do tell my my students that too. The people, attendees. Students make them sound, hey, we are young. Never mind, we're all young. Alrighty. So, if I were to pop that on, I kind of like the black with the black. And the fact of the matter is all my die cutting stuff is downstairs, so it is what it is today. I was looking at my punches to see if I had one that was bigger. Nuh-uh, I don't. So let's glue. Wow, look at all the embossing powder. That, remember how I said it sticks if you don't use your embossing buddy? This is what it looks like when it gets stuck to things. Thankfully, it's the back. Little ziggy-zaggy. Now, this paper's slippery, so you just want to hold that there for a second. Stay. Stay. And get out your dimensionals. Dimensionals. So I was so happy again last night because I got more pictures sent to me privately. Again, if you want to put them right up on my Lolly and Sand page here, that's perfectly fine, because sharing is good, especially now when we're, you know, isolated. So thank you for sending me the pictures, and I'll leave it anonymous unless the person wants to say who they are. And I also got another one saying that they thought my cards were lovely yesterday. So that, oh, that made me feel so good. And I think we need like a lot of that. It feels like I didn't take the backs off, but I did. There we go. All right, bow or no bow? That's kind of large. I can make it smaller. What do you think? Input? Yesterday you were such a huge help, by the way. You know, like sometimes, you know, when you're creating on the fly, which is what we're doing, it's like, what should I do? What should I do? Because sometimes it takes me hours. I know, you're shocked. Sometimes it takes me hours to make a card because I'm just not feeling it. All right, so if I cut that a little smaller, let's cut the ends off and see how it looks. Let's see, go that way. Sometimes I cut them. Little bow, little bow. I could put a sideways bow, might be interesting. Because you know what? We're rebels, right? Let's do it sideways. Oh, yeah. Alrighty. And we are almost on to card number 2. Yeehaw. And like I said, I have 2 cards that I previously made that I'll just show you again. Because what I'm doing is obviously using the full sheet. It looks good with less is more, isn't it? Isn't it, Kathy Jean? It really is. Card 1. Okay, well then question, because I always ask this about the bling. See what bling I have. Okay, my voice is going to move away while I lean over to get to the drawer. There we go. Let's see what bling we have. Itty bitty bling. Medium bling. I do like that color with it. So which ones for these? I get the holiday rhinestones and the noble peacock mixed up somehow. Oh, those are pretty. Oh, look, I have little ones like that too. And they don't appear to be the same color. I don't think those are going to go today. Those are the same. These are the champagne foil. Wait a second. Oh, you do like, thank you. Yay. Yay for the bow. Alrighty, so right now we can't get these. So, but they might look pretty on here. These are the champagne rhinestone basic jewels. Let's see what they look like. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with the little ones. I just think with the like the rose gold in the background, I think that's what it is. Might look pretty. So not only that, little bling never hurt anybody, right? Well, hopefully not. There. Okay. I'm not disliking that. Okay, good. So bling bling, go away. Come again some other day. Or in a little bit. Okay, so this card, and I think I will need that background again. Where did I put it? Oh, right. Got it. Okay. Same paper. This is also from the flowering foils. Had to think of that for a second. And this actually looks really pretty on its own. Now, what did I do with the rest of my card? I'll give you an example. Okay, I know this is really bright. Sorry about this. Is the copper foil sheet. And do I have something I would put behind here? Like this. Like, wow. But you know, since this is coloring day, we're going to color. So here it is. Okay, now for this, if you want to use your, I'm using a blend. This is Light Poppy Parade. If you want to use any color, I've done this in several colors because I'm slightly addicted. You should see my little test piece where I had one color here, one color here, one color here, and I kept going until I went, this is a happy color. That's what we're going with today. It's all about happy and connecting. So, yes, and you're thinking, is she going to do those flowers? Absolutely not. She's going to do the whole background. So, I do have a question for you, because I know there's a whole lot of people that are excellent bakers out there. What have you made in the last, and chefs, cooks, doesn't just have to be desserts, but what have you made? Now, knowing that I'm a vegetarian, I'm not going to get excited over some of the foods you're going to tell me about, you know, but is it you're doing your norm, or are you actually stepping up your game, so to speak, with some extra time on your hands? Assuming you're not working, because I know we have a lot of people out working. And by the way, we just found, I have to not talk and type. I used to be able to talk and type. Talk and color at the same time. Am I blending any of this? Absolutely not, by the way. Absolutely not. So I know in Ontario and other provinces, we have state of emergency, and it was just today that KW announced that we are in a state of emergency due to the more and more cases of the virus here in town. Doesn't really give you the warm fuzzies, you know? Oh, whoa. Banana loaf. Oh, yum. Yum. That is definitely one of my favorites. Just the smell of it baking in the house with the spices. Oh, vegetable soup with lentils. Yes. See, now you're talking my language. Sweets and treats. We're still working on the last... Oops, I went on to the flour. Bad me. Forgive me for that. We're working on my last batch of lentils, and it's got lentils, red lentils, and chickpeas, and black beans. Wow, it's hard to think while you're doing this. Now I'm doing 3 things. It's black beans, veggies, lots of carrots, garlic, ton of spices. It makes your tummy get all warm. So Rosemary's asking, have I seen the kids that hang out on the jungle gym? No, because I don't see the school behind. I don't get it either. They either have to take them down or block them off, the city that is. I don't know if that's the school responsibility, but I don't know what on earth they're thinking. I saw kids playing today at the other school, and, well, that's okay. There were quite a few people actually out, but no one was near each other. I know the virus, I understand anyway, that it can travel in the air, and it's kind of like, whoa. All right, so by the way, what are you thinking of these colors? Is this like, what on earth were you thinking? And doesn't that look like, Calypso Coral kind of? It's got a bit of an orange to it. I don't know if it's because it's the light. I don't have the dark one. I bought mostly the light blends. You can see how easy this is. And I'm actually taking a chance using this tip on it, on the blend, the brush tip rather than the bullet tip, because I just find it's a little bit quicker. Thus, I might not be quite as precise as I would be with the other. But if I start getting too reckless, that sounds like me, doesn't it? If I start getting too... Parents, I got distracted. Parents need to inform. So, Rosemary, you should call, who do we call? The city? To inform about playgrounds being used when they shouldn't be. I don't know if it's just, I don't get it. Do people like not understand? And the pictures that you see on Facebook, for example, I don't know where they're from. Are they from here? Are they from overseas? Are they from the US? Can we assume that there's like, can I say stupid? Yeah, stupid people on on all over that just simply aren't getting it. It's real and it's scary. It's kind of like you can, in a completely different sense though, it's kind of like mental health. I can't see it. You don't have a broken leg, thus, whatever. I realize mental health isn't contagious. However, it still is a point that just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. So, and I'm not lecturing, not trying to lecture. Does anyone else find coloring really therapeutic? Like, seriously? It's kind of like when I do my paper quilling, I get lost in this world. And of course, I do realize that I'm talking on video right now. And that's okay. And as I always say, feel free to share my video. We're just making pretty things here. Yes, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but no. The purpose of my videos this week is not to make sales. I'm not a big, I'm not one of the leaders, let's say. I'm way down the rung of Stampin' Up demonstrators sales-wise, and that's okay. It is what it is. But this isn't my purpose. This is just as much for you as it is for me, you know? This is therapeutic for me too, because I have to say last week I was unhappy. Last week it was one video, my usual one video a week. And just by posting, before I was even ready, posting that I was going to do 5 videos, which then sent me into a wee panic, just briefly, thinking, what on earth are you doing? You can't do it. Well, yeah, you can, because I'm doing what I love and I'm sharing with people here, and that means like the world to me. So where are we at in comments? Oh, okay, so your husband did call. Good. And we want to see some action on that, right? Oh, absolutely. I see people out walking their dogs, and yourself. And I know when other people come by, just keep your distance. And Deb says, even when I walk the dogs, people want to come over and talk. And you're like, I know, it's like, hello, back off. And you just stop if they don't. Yeah, exactly. It won't go away. It will not go away until people totally get it. And I mean, I do the same thing, not now, but I do the same thing when I'm out and people have dogs. You're like, oh, it's so cute. And then you're like, no. Although, to be honest, I haven't gone for any walks. Ack. I would like to. Did I already say this? Unfortunately, and I'm really dreading this, I have to go out and get some groceries today. We're being very mindful, of not using up what's in the cupboards first, but when you run out, and the stuff, it's the fresh stuff. So, oh, good idea, Lori. Lori's going to the bush for walks. Yeah, there's no people there. Enjoy. And no doubt your dog is happy too, just to get out there. Oh my goodness, this is taking forever. I'm going to go a little faster. Eek. Talk amongst yourself. Just kidding, I'll talk. So we're busy crafting away. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when I speed up. Zoom, as my one friend would say. Zoom means that you go over the flowers a little bit. And that's just the way it is. It's kind of fun. Doesn't that, if you did this in several colors, like you did, say, greens and then blues and oh no, let's see, greens, maybe another, and then blues at the top, it could actually look like an outdoor scene. You know what I mean? Oh, Yeah, I just read what you said, Rosemary, about getting my food right around 8. Yeah, I can step into the stores just a few minutes after. I just wasn't okay, I wasn't awake. I did sleep last night, yay. And I did take advantage of it as a weakened immune system isn't going to do me or anybody any good. And Deb says your nephew in England FaceTime you on Monday. Oh, an hour to go outside for 3 weeks. Well, and then I have a question because I think it's a brilliant idea. How do they police that, Deb? How are they stopping people from being out, or is it the same hour for everybody, which would not be right? So that I take that back. That didn't sound right. Oh, a smiling dog, Lori. How cute is that? That's that's the kind of thing I like hearing. My daughter sent me a couple pictures of Pippin. He's totally enjoying her being home. Like he's in seventh heaven. He's just like his mama's home, and he is happy, 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 happy. Now I want to tell you, because we're getting there, is I did heat emboss more sentiments, and I have a feeling that I will not be using one of them. I did one of them on Poppy Parade paper, as which you know is very, very vibrant, kind of an orangey. It's got a fair bit of orange in it, red. But as I just glanced over at it, and well, I'll show you a piece of paper. Do you think those go together? Because my eyes are thinking, I don't think so. So that's Poppy Parade. At first I thought it was real red. I thought, nope, I made a mistake, but no, I didn't. I didn't. So if I went like that, would that be yucky or would that be nice? Or should I just stick with, well, the choice is black or red. Let's put it that way. I was thinking I could do black on red, but that really doesn't, it's not really helping. You know what I mean? Whee. It must be mild outside because I am cooking. Or just all this intense work. Just kidding. Like I said, it's like coloring 101. I did think about doing just the centers of the flowers, but there's hardly anything there, so I wouldn't have really had that gigantic boom of color that I was looking for. I also find colors like this photograph really well. And that's half the battle. So if you happen to have missed yesterday's video, after many, 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 many hours, and I'm talking, and many tries, I started at 6. I tried earlier in the day and my video would not upload to YouTube. And I'm like, I don't know why. I have no idea why it wouldn't. So I kind of gave up and tried again. So around 6 o'clock, I tried again. I think I have my timeline right, but it doesn't really matter. It was like, I forget where we were at. It took forever for it to get to 99%, and then it just sat there, and I'm like, is there something I'm supposed to do? I had inadvertently thought it was done one of my other attempts, and I wrecked it, so I had to delete it because it wouldn't load at all. And yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, but I was busy doing other things. I don't know about you, but I'm also watching a lot of Netflix, and I just watched the entire season of Freud. That was interesting and weird and interesting, but weird. But I still watched it all anyway. Not all in one night. I'm not that crazy. Not that crazy. So I saw a comment. I just have to go back. Oh, I can't read all the comments now. Why did it do that? Okay, I know you said something, Deb. I know you said something, but I can't. Stopping at, Lori went to the grocery shop this morning. You don't have the same controls, and people are still getting, see, they don't get it. Because I'm assuming you still don't have cases in North Bay, that doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it, People aren't immune. But yeah, I'm all for, well, maybe I'm okay with shopping early, just not today. We're getting there, my friends. How long's that take? Hey, not bad. Hurry up, Sandy. Hurry up. Okay. I wish it wouldn't do that. I can see the comments later, and I can comment to the rest of them later. But because I was concentrating on trying to finish coloring, I missed a bunch. So I will go back in later. I will upload this also, and the products and so on. I'll put them all on Facebook. We're on Facebook, on my blog, so that'll be up later on my Lolly and Sand, and it'll be on other social media because I just enjoy social media. A little bit too much of it. I am, speaking of media, I am adjusting myself to not watch and not read posts. I read the one that was local, and it mattered because it had to do with KW, like it had to do with our city and what's going on here, and looking for some direction like the rest of everybody. I thought they might put some measures in place, additional measures, but it seems to be the same as the Ontario government at this point. So jeepers. Yeah, see, and that's where it starts, doesn't it, Lori? When you've got it, even unconfirmed, it's getting close to home. It is hitting. I know, what else are you going to do? Thank you, Rosemary. It's kind of like, did I have somewhere to be? Did I have something better to do? I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there we go. And again, sorry if the foil makes it go all wonky on the screen. There we go. I do thank you for being here today with me, because my gosh, I need that. You guys make me happy. You're helping to make me happy. And I hope that my little corner of the world here, well, there's what the back looked like. How cool is that? Being in my little corner here, and I hope it's reciprocal, that my happy is rubbing off on you, even if you're not crafty and you don't have supplies, that's okay. We've all watched happy videos. That little dog, what's the little dog's name? Pluto, the little schnauzer that the woman is doing the voiceover for, is so darn cute. So cute. You know what? Wiggle time on this paper is super easy. All right, burnishing. There we go. Now, okay, so here we are at this point. Oh, you know what I need to do? Here it is. I'm going to flatten my card. There we go. So that's the bone folder, and yes, I like to do both sides. Stay, because it makes it easier. Oh, I will show. Oh, sorry, no worries, Valerie. You can always go over back to the beginning, but this is where we're at. This is the second card. Yeah, I did 2 today. Woo! Check it out. And coloring on foils. So here's my sentiment, and I thought this might be a really good one. And you know what? I think you're right, Lori. I think the black is better. Depends on the angle you see it at, that some of this actually looks very dark, like a dark gray. There is silver and rose or copper gold. I'm not sure in there. Copper or whatever I said. Anyway, so this is where I got this from. Sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes, because we all can do that. That is one thing we can all participate in, right? So here's the other one. Now, this isn't die cut. This I did die cut. You can see, I think you can see the stitching on there. So that's the stitched rectangles. Yes. So this one, I think it kind of gets lost. Like, I love that what it says. Friends like you mean more every year. Every day even. Oh, you have time to get that set, Denise. You still have time. Yep. And yes, And then you could always, unless it takes too long, you could always get the paper too. What? I will show you the other ones. Okay, so I've decided I'm keeping it simple. I'm not putting ribbon on. This is definitely my less is more. And look at me not listen to myself and leave my leave my glue standing up. Thankfully it's a full one. There we go. Alrighty. Yep, that's the noise it makes when you have to like lean back to get your paper off the table. My method, don't do that. There, wow, that's a slider. Burnish, burnish, stay. Alrighty, we are popping it up on dimensionals. And you know what? You know what I was thinking? You know, yesterday, I don't think this is going to go, but you know how we had so many of these left over? Like, so many of these left over. I'm just looking for the white and the sparkly ones. So here's a question. Do I or don't I? There's a silver. I had a couple silvers left too. I don't want the green ones today. Is that too much? I just said I was keeping it simple, right? And then boom. Because I don't know that I want them laying across the card. I'd have to cut the end quite a bit. I do like this one because it's got space in between. It's a little harder to glue, but it could be done. Alrighty. I know the comments are lagged, so I'm like, I don't know what you think yet because, or this one or none. Let's put some dimensionals on the back and we will see. I don't usually put the dimensionals on before I decide if I'm going to put things on. So I will leave a couple spaces, which we would anyway with dimensionals. Alrighty, and take your pick tool. You know, you get that at the right angle. It's, oh, that one's off already. There, that's really quite effective. Alrighty, so this side. I feel like it should go on this side. You know, I always go with my gut feeling. I feel like I want it right about there. And then my little turn it sideways to see that it's quite crooked. And the really cool thing about foil is, like, I didn't press down really hard as I could, you hear the noise that make? That's just, they're just letting go. And I love that. So that's on. Ugh, they're hard to pick up when you've cut your fingernails down. With the silver foil leaf. What does it look like, Lori says, with the silver? I assume you mean this one. I don't know, because it almost gets lost on the paper there. That's what I was thinking. Now, I did pull the end off this, and I could cut it. That's going to have a hard time standing up. See if I just did that. Not really liking that. This one, the way it kind of bends around is kind of cute. I think I could live with that. What do you think? I could live with that. I think so. Yep, I hear you. It's a matter, it's trial and error, right? I'm not, if I had something bigger where I'd left some space, you know, and I could do kind of what we did, well, if I could do more like that and have other things like so, then you could see it, but today is not the work end for me. So, okay, I'm trying to keep an eye on where I need to put this. And yes, a glue dot would do the trick, but I'm just seeing how little glue can I get away with. There we go. This one just winds around so perfect. Is that the one I put it on? I hope. I don't think it is. But we're going to leave it at that for now. Probably cut that end just a little bit. But while we're going, and you know, I totally agree. All of this, like, it really is kind of hit and miss. Like, you do it, see what it looks like. There's our cards for today. I'm thinking about changing these. Weird, huh? Thinking about it. So they may change before the end of this. So then the other cards, and you may have seen these already. I just wanted to show you the other paper. So this was my funky card where it's plain. It's the same, from the same pack of paper again. And I just randomly did bright colors. And I thought that was kind of cool. So that one. And then, now, sometimes you don't want to use the whole sheet. So here's my other example where I just colored in a little bit of the background, cut a strip, and ta-da, done. So there are ways. This was me playing with a corner, and then it just turned into the whole card because I'm like, yeah, okay, you're going for it. But there you go. Dun, da, da, da. I think my favorite is like this one. Can I have two favorites? There you go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your kind comments. There's one piece of paper I know you haven't seen. Well, you might have seen on my other cards. And could I find the card? So this is the third paper. So you can color these in. You can use your blends, or like yesterday, you can use your sponge daubers or use a sponge. I just found the sponge dauber being a little smaller was a little bit easier, but you could put a good pinch on it and you could get where you need to go, you know? And it's just gorgeous paper. Like, I'm not kidding you when I say I believe I have 5 packs of it. Yeah, I do. Thank you. You guys are nice. Like, so nice. And I am not, like, well, you know me. A few of you know me well, like my cousin, for example. Rosemary knows me well. You know that I'm not fake or phony, and that what I say is what I mean, and what I do. I'm actually putting stuff away. Oh my gosh. Shocker. Because I'm bad for that. But it absolutely, the truth that how much this means to me, that, you know, that you're here and that we can share. There's an experiment sheet, by the way, changing the colors as you go. I think that would be so cool. I may have to do that later. A little more craft therapy. Cut the yes, I have a card somewhere that I did do that too. And yep. Alrighty. So, oh, thank you. I have a good heart. Oh, I'm not kidding you. Overjoyed. You've made like a huge difference in my day, my week, compared to last week with my overeating and oversleeping and over everything and not doing anything. So this is therapeutic. This is therapy. This is craft therapy. Yeah, I'm just going to not go lolly and sand anymore. It's craft therapy. All right. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I have an idea of what I'm going to do. Eek. It's going to involve color too, because color's happy, you know? So, my friends, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. again. Bye-bye.